In this video, you will learn about materials and techniques used in collage work. First, write your name on your project. To get started, you will need a glue bottle. Oftentimes the glue is not coming out, so sometimes you just need to turn the orange lid, or you might need to pick off some of the glue that's kind of crusted and dried on top. Then you're going to use just a dot, not a lot, in each of the circles on the left side of your paper. This is practicing this technique, which will be used often in collage work. The first technique we'll try, you'll need a box of construction paper. In this technique, you're going to try and get a torn rough edge as you see here. So you're just tearing the paper. This creates a different effect than if you were to use scissors. I layer my paper on top of each other to create some overlap. Notice I'm using all cool colors. Notice that I'm using just a dot, not a lot, around the outside of each piece that I'm gluing. This will keep the glue from oozing out of the sides. Next, we'll be using a straight edge to cut different shapes with our scissors. I'm going to turn this triangle into the letter A and spell out a very special word to me. That's right, it's art. You can make any shapes with your scissors just by using a straight edge. Then again, I'm going to use just a dot, not a lot of glue, in order to glue this onto my paper. Next up is creating overlap. With paper folded in half, I cut out butterflies. You can cut out any shapes that you want or tear your paper to create shapes that would create a picture using overlap, where one shape is in front of the other shape. This adds interest and variety into your work. Notice how my pink butterfly is now on top of the blue butterfly. I encourage you to have 3 or 4 shapes that will overlap. Here I am using a Sharpie to add patterns to each of the butterflies. Then when gluing, make sure that you overlap or place one shape in front of the other shapes. Next up is using the shape punchers. These can be found down below the drawing supplies. To use the shape punchers, slide your paper into the slot all the way into the back. Then push down and a shape will pop out. You can do this as many times as you want. Then either create a picture with those shapes or use them to create a pattern of your choosing. Here I use the flowers to create a picture of 3 different ones. And I add small leaves using cut straight edges. Technique or material number 5 is tissue paper. You can use this however you would like to, but one way is to cut out a shape from the tissue paper and you get a translucent space within your artwork. This could be placed on top of other cut paper. Tissue paper can also be used to be crumpled up. So here I'm crumpling up small balls of tissue paper and gluing them into a pattern on top of the orange tissue paper. Again, you can create whatever small image with tissue paper that you would like. Our last technique is using other materials. So here I'm going to first draw a heart with a Sharpie, and then I add some materials found in our sculpture studio on top of it. Don't forget, some of these supplies will need to be glued with either hot glue or tacky glue. And then this is your friendly reminder to please clean up your space when you are done. Any large scraps can go back inside the box, like this. Any smaller scraps, please throw away or recycle in our bin. Thank you.